Hi, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 8th, and welcome to the Morning Brief. This is the channel to get your second stimulus and pandemic news update in a clear and concise summary. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, like, and the bell button. In this video, I will be going over yesterday's Kamala Harris and Mike Pence VP debate. In a contrasting debate last night, the VP debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence was very civil and entertaining to watch. Both sides raised very good arguments on both sides and attacked each other very methodically while sidestepping the important questions presented to each party. The debate was far more civil than the circus show between the President Trump and Joe Biden a few days before. The debate was one of the final chances for both the Trump and Biden camps to lock horns again, with the election less than 4 weeks away. Trump and Biden, however, are scheduled to re-debate on October 15th. There was a bizarre moment last night when a large fly stuck to Mike Pence's head and stood on his hair for over 2 minutes. Both candidates, Harris and Pence, as discussed, sidestepped difficult questions asked to both at many times. Pence refused to say whether climate change was an existential threat or whether Trump would accept the election results if he should lose. And also, Harris avoided tough questions to decline whether Biden would push to expand the number of justices on the Supreme Court, which he had been questioned many times in the media previously. Both of the VPs lobbed their attacks through plexiglass shields. Harris and Pence dissected both Biden and Trump's previous campaigns. Harris at one time quoted the Trump campaign as the greatest failure of any presidential administration. Overall, Harris tried to undermine the Trump's handling of the pandemic and also how they protected low-income families. And also he pushed the points of not increasing taxes on families making over $400K and green energy innovation plans, which were in Biden's campaign. Pence, on the other hand, kept hammering the points of how they had created a V-shaped recovery and a non-economic surrender to China, meaning he was not backing down in terms of negotiations. He also said that Biden would repeal Trump's tax cuts and Biden would resubmit USA to the admissions of the Paris Climate Accord. Here are some of the highlights of the debates and quotes that I've found from last night that I think were very important. In terms of Harris's quote, she attacked Donald Trump's taxes, and she had this interesting statement. Donald Trump paid only $750 in taxes. When I first heard about it, I literally said, "You mean 750,000?" And it was like, no, $750. We now know Donald Trump owes and is in debt for $400 million. And just so everyone is clear, when they say debt, it means you owe it to somebody. And it would be really good to know who the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, owes money to, because the American people have a right to know who is influencing the president's election. This was another good quote where Harris attacked how they were handling and redistribution of the stimulus. On the other hand, you have Donald Trump, who measures the strength of the economy based on how rich people are doing, which is why he passed the tax bill only benefiting the top 1% and the biggest corporations of America, leading to a $2 trillion deficit that American people have to pay for. On day one, Joe Biden will repeal the tax bill. They'll get rid of it. And another quote from Harris yesterday was, Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone who makes less than $400,000 a year. He has been very clear about that. Joe Biden will not end fracking. He has been very clear about that. If you have a pre-existing condition, heart disease, diabetes, breast cancer, they're coming for you. So Harris was obviously referring to kind of the medical cuts that might occur during the Trump and Pence campaign. For the Pence quotes, I found some that were dealing with how Harris would handle relationships with China and also energy and fracking concerns. Here's a good quote from Mike Pence. They want to abolish fossil fuels and ban fracking, which would cost hundreds of thousands of jobs all across the heartland of America. And Joe Biden wants to go back to economic surrender to China when we took office. Half of our international trade deficit was with China alone. And there was also another quote from Mike Pence, kind of slamming Harris's opinion of kind of the effect of manufacturing job loss. With Joe Biden as vice president, we lost 200,000 manufacturing jobs, and President Obama said they were never coming back. He said we needed some magic to bring them back. Senator Kamala Harris was only one of 10 members of the Senate to vote against the USMCA. It was a huge win for American auto workers. It was a huge win for American farmers, especially dairy farmers in the upper Midwest. But Senator, you said it didn't go far enough on climate change, that you put your radical environmental agenda ahead of American auto workers and ahead of American jobs. American people deserve to know why. That is probably why Newsweek magazine said Kamala Harris was the most liberal senator of the U.S. Senate in 2019, more liberal than Bernie Sanders. So you see a comparison of Pence and Trump trying to make Kamala Harris seem very left-wing and attacking potential loss in manufacturing and energy sector. And in summary, you also see Harris kind of attacking how Trump and Pence had handled the pandemic and the redistribution of wealth, and it not helping those who really need it, the low-income families and the social inequalities. So take a look. There's some great footage online. I think I've condensed it all in what you need to know. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe. See you tomorrow.